Hello, everyone. This is Sasha. We'll wait another minute or so. And then we will get started with our Pilates Fusion workout. I wish I could see y'all's comments. All right, well, let's get started today. Hopefully my dog stays sleeping. We're just gonna start sitting up. So if anything bothers your neck or if anything feels bad, then by all means take a break and then rejoin when you feel like you can. So we'll start with the legs bent. If you would like, you can also straighten the legs. So this is up to you, whichever you prefer, whatever feels better for your body. You're gonna extend your arms forward. You're gonna start with a deep inhale, and then exhale, draw the navel in and start to round back. So you're just rounding just a few inches. We're not going to the max. From here, you're gonna lift your right arm up, inhale, and then exhale. So we're gonna start by moving nice and slow. Inhale the left arm up, and then exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down. You should feel your ribs drawing down as the arm extends up. Then we're going to take both arms up with an inhale. You should feel your abs quite a bit. And exhale, pull it back down, sliding the shoulders away from the ears as you lift them, keeping the core engaged. Back down. We're going to do one more of those because they feel so good. And then back forward. From here, you're going to inhale again. Exhale, draw the navel in. Lean back a few more inches. So now your tailbone is tucked a little bit more. Your shoulders are still back. You're going to inhale, lift the right arm up. We're going to do it all over again. Back down. Inhale, extend the left arm. And back down. Again, drawing the ribs and the belly button in as the arm goes up. And one more time with the left. Bringing it back down. Inhale, extend both arms up towards the ceiling, drawing deeply in the core. You should shake a little bit if you're doing this correctly. Inhale, extend the arms up. I'm shaking. Back down. One more with those arms, sliding the shoulder blades down. And then extending it forward. We have one more. Inhale. And then exhale, draw the navel in. We're going to go back just a few more inches. One more time. So your core should really be talking to you as extend that right arm up. If this is bothering your hip flexors, you can always extend the legs out and back down. Inhale, the left arm and back down. One more time with the right. Can you hear me shaking? My voice is quivering a little bit. And back down, both arms up. Inhale, draw the navel in, slide the shoulder blades down and back down. We have two more of those. Inhale up and exhale down. One more. Inhale, drawing the navel in and back down. Inhale one more time. Exhale, you're going to roll it all the way down to the mat, relaxing the neck and shoulders. From here, we'll start to warm up the lower back and the glutes. So bending the knees in, press down through your heels. They should be in line with your sit bones. Arms down by the side. You're going to take an inhale and then exhale, pull the navel to spine. Start to curl the pelvis up, one vertebra at a time coming off that spine. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lengthen through the crown of your head as you start to roll down, one vertebra at a time. So just working through that back, you might hear some pops and cracks. Exhale, rolling up, articulating up, keeping the ribs tight. Exhale, rolling down. Draw in from the ribs first, pressing that back down. Nice and slow. Couple more times here, just really warming up the spine. You should also feel your core working as you're doing this. And then rolling it back down. Rolling up, so curling up, pull that stomach in. And roll it back down, pulling the navel in. If you can hear my hip cracking, hopefully not. Rolling up one more time. From here, you're going to drop down about 3 inches with the pelvis and then press it right back up with a little pulse. So down and back up. As you pulse the hips up towards the ceiling, you draw the navel down towards the mat. You're going to get a little extra work that way, as well as protect your lower back. And up. Keep going, pressing down through those heels. The toes should be nice and loose. Think of rolling your inner thigh down if you want a little extra. Doesn't mean the knees turn in, it just means you're trying to plug the leg into that hip socket. One more, pressing up. You're going to hold it here. You're going to drop your right hip down a few inches and then lift it back up level with your left. And down. So now you're going to get a little twist in the spine, just warming up the low back as much as possible while getting a little hip work. And up. So right. And left. And right. And left. 2 more, right. And left. And press it up. Hold, you're going to roll it all the way back down nice and slow. From here, you're going to extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Flex your foot so the heel is in line with your hip. Okay, from here, you're going to lift that straight up. If this feels too hard, please do it with exactly what we were doing before, with both feet on the ground. So you're going to lift straight up. And then just come down halfway. Again, you are using your core, so press down through your arms. Pull the navel in as you lift the heel towards the ceiling. Pressing up, you should feel that left glute firing as it presses you up. Couple more here. Keep the hips level so you should be able to see straight across. You shouldn't feel a dip in the right hip at all. One more. You're going to hold this one up there. Point the foot and reach that foot forward level with your other leg. Exhale, draw it back up towards the ceiling and lower down. And back up, drawing the navel in. Forward and back up and forward. Really find that length and up. Last 2. Good, one more. You're going to lift that leg up, flex the foot, and roll it all the way down, one vertebra at a time. Good. Putting that foot down, setting the left foot up, flex the toes. Exhale, pressing the hips up towards the ceiling and rolling it back down. Again, we're using that core, drawing the navel in to go up. And back down. And exhale, press. And back down. And up, pulling that navel in. Squeezing that right glute. Up. Let's do one more. Hold it up there. Point the toe. You're going to reach that foot forward. Level with the hips. Exhale, draw it back up towards the ceiling. And reach forward. Keep pressing through this hip. Exhale up. Inhale. And exhale, draw it back in. Inhale. Let's do 2 more. Should be shaking in that right glute a little bit. Last one. Bring that foot up, flex the toes back, and slowly roll down through the spine. All right. Putting that foot down. We're now going to do the series of 5. So this is the Pilates ab warm-up. So from here, you're going to draw your right knee in. Your right hand goes by the ankle. Your left hand goes on top of the knee. You're going to extend your left leg out and curl up. You're going to take an inhale as you draw the other knee in and an exhale. Just switching the hands, drawing the navel in. And back and forth. Really think of relaxing the shoulders down, and your gaze should be slightly above the legs so you're not cranking your neck forward. Just got a nice little soft gaze above the legs. If this is bothering your back, just take your legs up higher. That's not a big deal. Let's do just a few more of those. You should feel your core. Draw both knees in and roll it all the way down, looking to the right and looking to the left. We're going to come up for double leg stretch. So inhale here, exhale, draw the navel in, curling up. You're going to extend your arms and legs both out. Exhale, circle the arms around, drawing the knees to your chest. Inhale, extend out. Try to keep that back nice and flat. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, back in. If that feels too hard, you can keep everything here and just draw it in. Whatever your body is telling you to do, it's probably right. Inhale out, exhale back in. 2 more. Last one, out. Pull it back in, roll it down, looking to the left and looking to the right. Just loosening that neck up. Let's do that one more time left. Relaxing those shoulders and to the right. From here, we're going to extend the legs up. You're going to grab the right leg. So you can grab behind the thigh, the knee, the ankle, wherever is comfortable for you. You're going to curl up. That left leg goes down. You're going to pulse the leg twice towards your face and then switch. Pulse, pulse. So the shoulders are nice and broad here. You're not rounding in the chest to come forward, and you're not yanking on your leg. It's a soft pull behind the leg. It's a nice soft grip behind the leg. So inhale, make sure you're breathing. Exhale. Inhale, keeping the neck soft and the shoulders soft. Getting a nice stretch in those hamstrings. Last couple here. Last one. Hug those knees in and roll it back down, looking to the right. I always have to loosen up my neck from these. And to the left. From here, you can keep your head down if you would like, and if you need to, if you have lower back issues, you can always place your hands underneath your sacrum a little bit to tilt your pelvis back. Otherwise, legs go straight up. Again, if your hamstrings are tight, a little soft bend of the knees, perfectly fine. It's better than cranking it up here and feeling it in your back. So from here, you're just going to lower the legs. I'm going to lift my head up. You don't have to. You're going to lower them just a few inches. And then exhale, draw the navel in to pull the legs back. Inhale, extending forward. Exhale, drop. That belly button should go down towards the back. Forward. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Last 3. Exhale. And 2, really reaching those toes out towards the opposite wall. And 1. Drawing those legs up. Bend the knees. And just take the neck, loosening it up. Last thing here, so bicycles. This is the last exercise of 5. You're going to take a deep inhale. Exhale, curl it up. You're going to twist towards your right knee. Your left leg extends out. Then you're going to twist towards the left. Let's take it nice and slow to begin with. So twist. Notice I'm not twisting my elbow in. I'm just twisting my chest towards my knee. So it will feel a lot different than trying to just yank on your neck. So really just make sure the twist is coming from the waist. Lifting that chest towards the knee. Nice and slow. Couple more. And last one. Bring it all the way down. You're just going to pull those knees in from here, extending those legs out. You're going to take an inhale, extend the arms over. Exhale, bring the arms up. You're going to start to curl up one vertebra at a time, and then round forward over those legs. Stacking it back up. Then re-engage that core like we did in the beginning of class, rolling it down. So tuck from the navel, rounding back. Inhale, arms over. Exhale, curling the chin to chest, reaching long through those feet. And then stack it back up. Use your core to do that. Slide the shoulders down. We'll just do 2 more of those. So nice and slow with that roll down. Exhale, drawing the chin to chest, curling forward. It should get a little easier each time, hopefully. Sometimes it's just figuring out the body mechanics of an exercise. Really reaching through. If you want to make it a little harder, you can put the feet together. And exhale, last one. Curling all the way forward. And then stack it back up. Okay, you should be nice and warm by now. We're going to go into side lying legs. So I'm going to start with my right leg. So from here, you want to line your body up with the back of your mat, and then you want to pitch your legs forward towards the front of your mat. So you're in this little kind of like a check mark, we'll say. From here, press your top hip towards your feet. As you do that, you will feel your side lift. That's going to be important. You don't want the side to just be here. It's hard on the back. We're trying to align your spine. So from here, all you're going to do is pick the top leg up to hip height. So that's my right leg. We're just going to start with small little circles. Not doing anything large. I'm just keeping it hip height and above. If this bothers your neck, you can by all means put your hand down and just lay on your arm. Really reaching that leg out. If you want to point the foot or flex it, that's up to you. 2 more circles, trying to keep all of this engaged so the hips are very still. Reverse it, so you won't feel much at first, but you will in a second, just like you always do in Pilates. So reversing that circle, really squeezing, reaching out, engaging the front and the back of the leg. 2 and 1. From here, you're going to kick twice to the front, and then you're going to flex the foot and reach it back. Don't reach back so far that the hips roll forward. You're just going in line where you feel the squeeze in the glute, kicking twice to the front, and 1 sweep to the back. Point the foot to the front, flex it to the back, and point and flex. Keeping that core nice and strong. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Make sure your leg does not drop. You don't want it to drop to the floor. It stays level with that hip the whole time. So you should be feeling it by now. Good. 1 more. Kick, kick, and back. From here, we're going to go into bicycles. So you're going to reach the leg forward, bend the knee, toe to knee, and extend the leg back. As you do that, again, try not to lean forward. You're keeping that body aligned. Reach forward, bend the knee, keep the heel towards your bottom, then you extend it out. So you're getting that little hamstring work by keeping the heel glued to the bottom before you extend back. So forward, in, take that knee back first, and then extend. Just 2 more. We won't do too many of these because it will start to burn. And back. We're going to reverse that. So heel to bottom. Then you bring the knee forward. Then you extend that leg forward. So back. Heel to bottom. Bend it in and extend. Again, keep that waist lifting off of the mat. We'll do 2 more. And last one. So if you ever want to make this harder, you could always add bands or a small ankle weight. I would say like a pound or 2, nothing more. From here, bending the legs in, you're still lifting up in your side. You're just going to do a clamshell. So now that your hip is warmed up, you should feel this a lot more than if you were just doing it right off the bat. So open the knee, try not to roll the hips back. You're just opening to where you can keep the hips straight across right here. So straight up and down, they're stacked over each other. Keep drawing the navel in. I'm feeling these a lot, so. Couple more here. Then we're gonna go into fire hydrants. So you're gonna lift the whole leg up and then back down. Again, only go up as high as you can keep your hip bones facing straight forward. And up. Woo. And up. Try to keep drawing that navel in. It will help take some of the tension out of the front of the hip. Last one. You're going to come here and you're going to circle that knee around, little circles. I know it's really burning now. So again, it stays hip height and a little above. It's a small circle, about the size of a basketball. So you're drawing that with the kneecap. One more, and guess what? We reverse. So exhale around, and here. Nice, still, everywhere but that leg. You're just rotating within the socket. It's a ball joint, so it's designed to roll around. Last one. Woo! You're going to take that knee over and just roll onto the back. So just opening the chest up, let that hip relax. If you want to kind of pull down from the thigh, don't pull on your knee, just from your thigh, opening your side up, letting that hip stretch out. And then we're going to roll onto our back for one more stretch before we go and do something else. So you're going to put that right ankle over your left knee, and you're going to draw in, wrapping either your hands around your shin of your left leg or the back of your thigh. Either one works. And then just relax the head down, trying to pull that leg in, get a nice stretch. If you need to rock it a little bit, sometimes that feels nice. And then from there, we're going to come up. Before we go to the other side, we're going to work on our obliques. So you're going to come up, extending your right leg out. So you might feel a little bit of a pinch there because we just worked it, but we're going to get a little stretch. So the arms go straight up. I'm stacked right over my left knee. That doesn't change. Drawing up in your core. Squeeze that left glute. You're going to lean over. So if this feels too hard, you can put your hands here or across your chest. Over, get a nice stretch in that side, feeling that all along the right side. Exhale, draw my navel in and stack it back up. Okay, inhale over. Exhale, pull back up. So go nice and slow. You do not want to rush through these. It's just like side overs on the reformer, just without a box. So really pull up in your lower core, that transverse, in the front of your belly, so that belly button connection. That's going to help protect your back, and it's going to give you a deeper engagement in your obliques. Let's do one more. Exhale, pull it back up. Hands come behind the head. They were extended before. You can also keep them up if you want to go a little harder. Extend it out. You're going to twist. Now, my hip is not moving. I'm not rolling my hip back to come up. I'm keeping everything square to the front, and I'm just twisting from my waist. So down, and exhale, pulling that rib to hip bone right there. Down, and exhale, and down, and exhale, and down, exhale. Ooh. One more, and down, and exhale. You're going to do little pulses in. So as you do that, pull the navel in. Think of pulling the ribs down, and you're going to feel a deep connection right here. Woo. Last two, and one, and then just stretch that all the way over. Place that left hand down, stretching over. Woo. That should feel good. Guess what? We're going to stand up. We're going to go into a little bit of an extension before we do the other side. So this is just to work the quads, the belly, and your glutes. So the arms are going to go forward. You can stay facing forward if you want. Knees are right underneath your hips. You're going to start to lean back from the knee joint. If this bothers you, just skip it. So we're just leaning back, keeping the core. I'm not arching my back. I'm keeping everything straight. And then exhale, coming back up. If you'd like to add the arms, sweep them down and back, opening the chest, keeping everything tight. Inhale, stack it back up. This is kind of reminiscent of chest expansion on the reformer, for those of you who take class. And inhale up, exhale. Draw that navel and squeeze the glutes. You should feel your quads burning, but you should also feel a little bit of a stretch. Everything in Pilates is kind of work and stretch at the same time. And back up. 2 more. Back. And back up. Last one. You're going to go back there. Hold it back there. Squeeze the glutes. Find that length through the crown of your head. Reach those fingertips towards the floor and start to beat the arms in towards one another. Like you're trying to kiss the thumbs together. Sliding those shoulder blades down. Ooh, you should feel a nice burn. If you want to go back another inch, you can. Up to you. From there, inhale and stack it back up. Okay. Ooh, now my quads are nice and warm. So you're going to extend the left leg out now. We're going to do the other side for those obliques. Really lifting up so you're not sitting back in that hip. You're nice and long through the front. Inhale over, getting that nice stretch. Shoulders are down. Exhale, stacking it back up. Inhale over. And exhale, back up. Inhale, taking it all the way over, finding that length, and you should feel a little shake. So this is also working the intercostals, the webbing between the ribs. Finding that length. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Ooh. And exhale up. Last one. And exhale back up. Hands go behind the head. Finding that length again. Extending out. Exhale, draw everything back in. So that navel lifting back and up, when you come back up, is going to help you. You're going to feel it a lot deeper the more you can pull your navel to your spine, which is kind of like the equivalent of sucking your gut in when you need to put on a tight pair of pants. We've all done it. So find that little connection in the belly. Last one, you're going to come up and do a little twist. Woo! And down. And twist. I think I made you do straight ones. I'm sorry. It's much harder to teach and move at the same time. I much prefer just walking around class, barking out orders. And down and back up. Last one, down. You're going to do a little pulse in. So in, finding that deep connection between the rib and the hip bone. 2 more. Very nice. Putting that right hand down, stretching it all the way over, releasing the neck, shaking it out. And we're going to go down to our side again. So now we're going to work the right leg. So again, your head can be down. It can also be up. Scoot your back towards the back of the mat and then pitch the legs forward towards the front of the mat. And then push that left hip down so that you find that little space underneath your waist. From here, we're going to pick the leg up hip height. We're just going to do little circles. So again, the more you can reach the leg out, like you're trying to reach it past your other foot, that left foot past the right one, you're going to get a lot more length and a lot more work that way than if you just let everything kind of compressed out. So really find as much length as you can. Couple more here. And then we're going to reverse. So back, around, keeping that length. Keep breathing. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating already. And out. Last one. And then we're going to point that foot, reaching it in front of us. Keep the hips still. Kick twice. You're going to sweep it back, flex the foot, and squeeze that booty. Reaching forward, kick, kick, and sweep it back with an exhale, finding length. So again, don't let that hip roll back. Kick, kick, and don't let the body roll forward. So keep that stacked as well. Kick, kick, sweep it back, and kick, kick, sweep, and sweep. We've got one more here, and kick, and sweep it back. Reaching the leg forward, we're going into bicycles. Reach it forward, heel to bottom. Take it through so that knee goes back first. And then stretching that leg out. Extend it forward. Bend the knee in. Remember, you're staying hip height. You're not letting that leg droop. So sweet. Then keeping that heel glued to your bottom. Extend the leg back and then straighten it. Couple more here. Keeping the shoulder relaxed. It's always hard. Wants to help. Last one, this direction. Sweeping it back and reverse. So heel to bottom. Bring that knee through first. Then extend the leg out. Sweeping it back, heel to bottom. Bring the knee through first. And back. And front. And back. And exhale, front. Keep drawing those abs in. Last two. And last one. Good. You're going to bend the knees in. So we're going to go bending the knees in. From here, we're going to go into clams. So again, still keep lifting up in that right side. So that feels like it's lifting off the mat. You're going to open that leg up and back down. And my left leg doesn't open as much as my right. It's just a tighter hip. So be respectful of either side being different. It's perfectly fine and normal that the sides do not work the same. So just notice it. Don't be mad at it. But try to find that rotation in the hip as much as you can and then back down without rolling the hip back. Keep drawing the core in. And up. Couple more here, it should burn. Last one. Woo! Going into fire hydrants. So hips again, stay square. You're just going to lift the whole leg. The foot stays level with the knee, so you don't want the foot drooping as you lift that leg up. Just goes up in one piece from the hip and then back down. You'll feel a little bit more towards the IT band area or the outer thigh. That's fine. You just don't want to feel any pinching in the hip. If you do, you feel it in the front. Draw your core in more. And notice how that gives you more space in the front of your hip. Good. Last one. You're going to hold it up there. You're going to start to circle that knee around. Remember, it's about the size of a basketball. It's hip height and a little above. It doesn't come down here to sweep on the other knee. Just a few of these. My left hip is definitely weaker. It's much harder on this side. And one more. You're going to reverse the circle. So up and around. Try to breathe through it. If it's starting to really burn, just try to breathe through the last few. That's where we see change, is when it gets super hard and you just feel like you can't do one more, but you do. That's how we create change in the body. Last one. Woo! All right. So you're going to put that leg down. You can just reach it over and then roll onto the back. So get a nice twist in the spine. If you want to help that leg, you can pull down on the thigh to get a little extra hip stretch. Nice deep breaths in the rib cage, opening everything up. And from there, we're going to move on to the back. Continue stretching that leg out. So left ankle over the right knee. Thread those arms through and grabbing onto the right thigh or the shin, either one, whichever one is easiest for you or feels better. And then again, if you need to, you can rock it. I like to rock it because it feels a little bit better and my hip feels like it's getting looser that way than just a stagnant, painful stretch. From here, we're going to do a little bit of work on our bellies. So I'm going to work just the upper back. So standard Pilates stuff, we want to work on your posture. So just a quick tip before we get into the stomach stuff. You want to press your pubic bone into the mat so you feel that your belly slightly lifts off. You don't want to press it down and you get this pinching when you lift your back. You want to keep your pubic bone pressing down so there's more length back here. You keep this length the whole time that we're working. So from here, we're just going to keep the arms down. We're going to keep this very basic today. So the head goes to the side. Keep the legs long. I would say keep them a little wider than hip distance. Just for most people, it's more comfortable. Keep the pubic bone pressed down. You're going to inhale, reach the arms back, lifting just the chest. Press your feet down into the floor. You look straight down. We're not going for height. We're going for length through the crown of your head to engage that back. And then back down, look the other direction with your neck. Inhale, extend up, extend through the crown of that head. Lengthen through those toes. And then back down. Keep pressing the pubic bone into the mat. That belly lifts off. So I'm not pushing my belly button into the mat. I'm keeping it lifted. And then back down. Inhale, extend. And back down. Really engaging those legs. Press them into the floor. You should feel your kneecaps lift off because your feet are pressing down so hard. One more. You're going to hold this one up here. You're going to extend your arms forward. And we're going to go into swimming. So keep pressing that pubic bone down. You're now alternating right and left legs. So alternating those legs, just a little swim, nice and slow. We're not trying to get away from any sharks. We're just going nice and slow, really reaching, finding as much length out of the fingertip and the toe as possible. Keeping length in the back of the neck. Last 3. And 2. Keep pulling that belly button to your spine. And 1. Good. You're going to bring those hands underneath your shoulders and press it back to child's pose. Your choice. You can either do it with your knees together or your knees apart. It's different for everyone, what feels nicest to you today. And then from here, we're just going to come up and do a little bit of balance work. So this is pretty standard for Pilates as well. So you're in a little quadruped position. So knees right underneath the hips, the wrists are right underneath your shoulders, and then slide those shoulders away from your ear. We're going to go into reaching the right arm forward and then back down. So I want you to feel how your body wants to shift. Don't let it shift as you reach the left arm forward. So you don't want to lift over to the right side. Keep that core nice and straight. If you want to, you're more than welcome to add the legs. So right arm, left leg. Extending it out, sorry. My dog woke up. And extending left arm, right leg. And then back down. Extend it out. Keep the core pulled in so you're not going and letting the belly drop. Keep that lifted. And back down. And again, be careful of any shifting in the body. So you don't want to lean into the leg or the arm. I'm going to keep that center. 2 more. And back down. Last one. Okay, we're going to go into that side and add a little bit more. So you're going to go out. And you're going to bend your knee and your elbow together. And extend back out. So you're balancing. As you extend out, again, don't drop the belly. Keep it pulled up. You're going for a straight line as you extend out. Try not to lean into your right hip. It's very easy to try to do that. Our body always wants to cheat a little bit. 2 more. You should feel your core as you pull in. And extend it out. Draw the belly in even more and the shoulders down. Last one. Hold it there. You're going to do a little lift for 5, 4. Keep pulling that left shoulder down. 2 and 1. Bring it all the way back. Shake it out a little bit. I'm going to go to the other side. So left arm out, right leg out. And you're going to draw everything in. So elbow to knee. Inhale, extend out, drawing those shoulders down your back and the belly towards the spine. Going for length every time. And in. And back out. And in. You should also feel work in your standing arm and your standing leg. And back out. One more. In. And back out. You're going to hold it there. 5 little lifts. Slide the shoulder blade down. Squeeze the glute. And pull that belly up. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down. Sit back to child's pose. Take the neck from side to side to shake it out. And then you're going to stack the spine up 1 vertebra at a time. Okay, so we have about 20 minutes left. So I'm going to get into some standing work. Hopefully I fit into this almost. So from here, I'm just going to scoot back a little bit. So this is we'll do some Pilates technique with it, but these are more just exercises I really like to do since we don't have the machine or the equipment. So we're going to start with a little side lunge, a little lateral lunge. So both toes face forward. You're just going to reach out to the side. The bottom goes back like you're trying to sit into a chair. So my right knee is stacked over my right ankle. My body pitches forward. And then I push off that leg and stand back up. Hands can be wherever you would like, as long as the shoulder is relaxed. You're going to go into that leg, press back off, and stand up. If you want to make it even harder, just bring the leg in and try to balance instead. So whatever your preference is today, we've worked pretty hard. And back up. But you should feel your right glute working. And maybe a little stretch in the left inner thigh. It's partly why I like it, because it stretches and works at the same time. And out. And back in. And out. Make sure you're standing all the way up straight in between. And back up. Last 2. And last 1. You're going to hold it down there. You're going to reach the arms forward and then pull them back. That's all. So we're getting a little arm work with no weights. You are always welcome to add weights to this. You should feel the outer thigh of that right hip wrapping back and under. So this wraps around to hold that strong. Make sure the weight is in the heel and not in your toes on that right side. Pulling the stomach in as you extend out. And you're getting a nice little hold in that right hip while you're working your arms. So find that squeeze. Slide your lats down. I'm finding a lot of work in my arms with no weights at all, which apparently are a very hard commodity to come by right now if you were trying to order them online. 1 more. And then you're going to stand back up. We're going to scoot to the other side. So taking it over, hands in front. You're going to take it over. Remember, left knee over left ankle. It's not jutting forward, so make sure your position is more here than here. Okay? So over and back up. Nice and easy. And back up. Like a little spring. That's how that leg is functioning. Make sure you squeeze. You're standing all the way back up to straight, whether you're balancing or whether you're putting that foot down. It's up to you. And back up. Really getting those hips back underneath you. Again, the weight falls into the heel. Make sure it's not landing in the toe. Up, down, and up. Last 2. Ooh, we're going to find that hold. Last one. Again, shift those hips back 1 more inch. Draw your navel in, extend those arms out. Nice long neck, squeeze your lats down. So you can still work those arms, finding that length in the squeeze, wrapping that arm back down, out and back in. Finding the wrap on the outer thigh of that left leg. And out. And out. Last two. Good, last one. You're gonna come all the way in and stack it back up. Okay, we're gonna do one more little lunge because I love legs. You all know me, I love legs. So from here, I'm just gonna go into a standard lunge. Make sure you're not walking a tightrope. So this is what a lot of people do and then they wonder why their balance is off. My legs have space. You're in line with your hips when you're doing a lunge. So make sure you're hip distance with your legs. You're gonna bring that leg back. All we're gonna do is some stability work in this standing leg. So my right knee is over my right ankle. I'm gonna pitch my bottom forward. You feel the stretch in your glute. And then I'm just gonna stand it back up and bend that knee down a little bit. So I'm gonna extend out like I'm an arrow, straight line, and then back down. So then I get a little quad work this way here. So lifting up, extend out, feel that stretch, and back down. So basically, my right hip is just stabilizing. As I lean forward, make sure you're pulling your core up so you're not pinching the front of that hip. And out. And back down. And out. Reach through the crown of that head. If you want to add the arms, you can just hold them there. Sometimes I like to squeeze in, get a little tricep while I'm here. And depends on if you want to be in beast mode today or not. Up to you. And out. And back down. Last one, you're going to hold this out. If your arms aren't already back, hold them back there. Again, squeeze in. Slide your shoulder blades down, draw your ribs in, and then squeeze your fingertips together, the pinky side of the hand. So my palms are facing towards the floor. I'm just squeezing that in. That's that little wiggle in the arm when we wave. It's that muscle. So we're trying to tighten that down. Also, your right hip should be burning. Last two and one. Woo, stand it back up. Let's do the left side. So you're going to take that leg out. Remember, don't walk the tightrope. Nice hip distance. Left knee over left ankle. You're going to extend forward. Hands wherever you did on the other side is good. You can also bring your arms up. It's nice. And for any of these things where you notice that your hands are free like this, you can always add weights. Wine bottles work. Cans work if you don't have a set of weights. I wouldn't do anything more than 3 pounds. So up to you, whatever feels good on the arm work. Again, this is also nice just to keep the arms in. Extend through the crown of the head, find that stretch in your left glute. Drop it back down, nice straight back. Core pulling in tight. And back down. And out. And down. Last two. I'm going to extend my arms back, hold it there. This time, face the palms towards each other and squeeze that way. So slide those lats down. I'm finding length in my neck. Lean down 1 more inch, pulling those abs in tight if you can. If you're really in beast mode, you can also go up to the toe. But that's only for if you want to advance it the next time you do this exercise. Keep holding that glute, finding that squeeze in the seat. And then stack it back up. And stand up, shake those legs out. So we have about 10 minutes left. Let's do a little bit of a plank, and then we will do a little bit of stretching because I think everybody's earned it today, and I love to stretch. We could all use it nowadays. So from here, if a plank feels too hard for you, you are more than welcome to do it on your knees. Like a little modified plank here is perfectly fine. So otherwise, come up to your toes, slide your shoulder blades down, find length in your neck, and then scoop your abs up towards the ceiling. Also engage the front of your thighs so your legs aren't soft. You're really standing in your legs. From here, you're just going to walk your feet out the outside of the mat and then walk them back together. And walk them out. If that feels too hard, just hold the plank. If your wrists are bothering you, take it down to your forearms. All of these things are acceptable. It's about listening to your body, especially nowadays. We really have to listen to it. And a couple more, last 3. And 2. Woo! And 1. You're gonna hold it out there. If you need to, you can come down. We're just gonna tap your shoulder. So try not to swing. The easiest thing is everybody swings their hips. We wanna keep everything nice and still. So notice my hips, I'm trying not to move them. So if you're going fast, that's fine. But if your hips are moving while you're going fast, not so good. So keep everything nice and centered. You're gonna feel your obliques kick in that way. If this is too hard, again, just hold a forearm plank or a regular plank. Last 3, and 2, and 1. Press it back to down dog. So you're pressing those heels down. Shake out the neck. Should feel good. If you want to, pedal out those feet. Get a nice stretch. You should be nice and warm now. We're just going to do a few quick stretches. I'd suggest doing them, even if you don't do the workout, doing these stretches every day will help your back immensely with all of this sitting a little bit more than normal. So my left leg, is bent in. My right foot is out to the side. Those sit bones are down. I'm going to reach my left arm out and over my right leg, just relaxing the right arm down. If this bothers your neck to be this way, turn your nose down to the floor. You'll feel this nice side stretch, pressing that left hip down. So really anchor that sit bone down. And just hold that there. Nice deep breaths. Trying to open up the rib cage. 1 more. From here, you're going to lift up. You're going to face that leg, and you're just going to stretch it forward. If you're bending enough, you can grab the foot and try to square the shoulders off if you can. Even if you're up here, the more you square the shoulders off, the more you're going to feel this stretch back in here. Okay, that little low back area. Nice, soft breath. Try to slow everything down. From there, you're just going to twist to your left knee. We're going to go into a pigeon stretch. If this is too hard for you, just do the figure 4 stretch that we did earlier after we did the side lying legs. So make sure that the hips square off to the floor. And really lift the chest up so you get a nice hip flexor stretch here first. And then reach it forward, really make sure the head and chest come down last. And then just relaxing into that stretch. Nice stretch. Deep breaths. Think of breathing in your low belly so it pushes the hip around. It kind of massages that hip joint. One more breath. Then you're going to come back up and we're going to switch sides. Up, down, left, right, and push against your leg. So then you notice that the chest opens a little bit more towards the ceiling. And again, if that neck bothers you, by all means, just turn the nose to the floor and it releases that neck here. But you should feel a nice stretch in the shoulder and the side. And from here, lifting up, you're going to square yourself off to that left leg. Lift the chest up. Try to find some length before you fold. And try to square those shoulders off. So try to drop your right shoulder down to the floor. Nice deep breaths. You should feel this in your low back. Shake out the neck. Make sure it's nice and loose, that your jaw is loose. One more deep breath. And you're going to twist and face that right knee. Squaring the hips off, so really try to square your hips off as much as you can. Lift the chest up and feel that little bit of stretch in the left hip flexor. And then from there, folding it down. And trying to relax into the floor. Make sure the jaw, the eyes, the forehead is relaxed. It's amazing how much we tense the face when we're working out. Make sure all of that is loose. And then from there, we're just going to do a little forward fold. So bring those legs around to the front. This is a little Pilates. It's called saw. So it'll be a little twist and a forward fold to begin with, as well as getting that core activated one last time. So sitting up nice and tall over your sit bones. If this is too much for you, you can put a pillow underneath. You can also bend your knees slightly. All of these things are perfectly acceptable. We just don't want you here. So you want to be able to sit up nice and tall. So if that means you need to sit on something or bend your knees, that's all fine. So feet are wider than the mat. You're going to lift up, arms out to